my baby boos out there. I am your goddess Nesca, here with Truckerman. We're reacting to...
the evolution of Resident Evil's monsters.
Yay! What's with the Justin Bieber, Leon?
Scarier over 3 decades. They evolved through 7 distinct biological revolutions that fundamentally changed what bioweapons could do. Every major game introduced a new paradigm, from viral reanimation to parasitic mind control, from adaptive mutation to fungal consciousness networks that literally store human soul. That's why today, I'm breaking down every major
Ooh, what do we got here? Okay, so the T virus is the one that I specifically am aware of. And then we got the G virus, and then we got whatever that says. La Plagueis. Oh, that's the one in 4, right?
Yeah.
And then we got Ouroboros.
They're supposed to be in 5 and 6.
I'm guessing. What the hell's that one, that last one?
We'll find out.
Meow.
evolutionary leap in Resident Evil's monster lineage, and how each one changed the rules of bioweapon development. Starting with the virus that created the zombie apocalypse, the T-Virus. The T-Virus wasn't just Umbrella's first bioweapon, and for something that defined survival horror for 30 years, we've never gotten a coherent explanation for how one...
Okay, so the T-Virus is in 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9's going back to the root.
Yeah, I think something about like the after effects if you had the T-Virus. I think that's what they're going with. Like there's a residual effect even if you got cured of it.
Oh, that's why Leon has the stuff on his hand, because he probably had the T-Virus at some point during the thingy, and now it's like
Coming back.
Evolving maybe.
Retrovirus could mutate every living thing on Earth into completely different monsters.
Ugh.
Umbrella researchers discovered the progenitor virus on December 4th, 1966, inside the Indapaya Kingdom caverns in West Africa. The virus came from a rare flower called the Stairway to the Sun. Tribal legends described kings who ate the flowers and gained superhuman strength and near immortality. Oswald Spencer.
So they became the what were they called again?
Back it up, I didn't hear it.
No, it's not here, it's C. It was a Doctor Who reference.
Oh, the Iron Man.
Yeah.
Cyberman.
Yeah, Cyberman.
Oswald Spencer, Edward Ashford, and James Marcus founded Umbrella
They all look
Corporation
kind of
as
the
a
same.
pharmaceutical front to weaponize it. Marcus spent 11 years combining progenitor with leech DNA, finally creating the Tyrant virus in September 1977. The goal
the
was simple:
T-virus.
rewrite human DNA at the cellular level to create controllable biological weapons. But then you look at what the T-virus actually does. Humans become shambling zombies with destroyed higher brain function, but maintained motor control. Dogs become Cerberus units with enhanced
those
aggression
things?
and
Yeah.
necrotic flesh, but retained speed. Reptiles spliced with human...
Man.
Oh, I remember those ones.
You remember
Those,
them?
huh?
I don't remember those ones.
Those were in 1.
Oh yeah, they're remaking 1 too.
Yeah, you
Well, I'm
told.
telling-
Okay, you're telling chat now.
Yeah.
They're gonna remake 1, even though they already remastered 1. But now they gotta remake it.
And the new engine.
No, because I ran out of ideas. But yeah, that I'm pretty sure that was the thingy that was in Resident Evil 1 that jumps really high and it fucking rips off your head, and it's like, well, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get past you. I'm never playing this game ever again. That's what Kid Me was like.
Kid, you try to play Resident Evil.
Yes.
You need to go sign me.
Resident Evil 1 for the PlayStation 1.
Daniel, I'm gonna let dog out.
Now, he's gonna turn into one of those. Don't let the dog out. He will eat your face!
That's that. You go ahead and play. I can hear it.
Marbles.
DNA become hunters with Kevlar equivalent skin. Plants become ambulatory carnivores. The same virus produces functional mutations across every biological kingdom. Here's the problem.
Wait, was there ever bee monsters in Resident Evil? Oh wait, no, they had those one things in Resident Evil 4, those one flying fucks that were kind of like grasshopper looking things.
Oh yeah, the weird moth cricket looking thing.
Beetle. I hated them.
I remember when you stumble upon it, you scream your head off.
I'm always gonna fucking scream my head off. What do you expect from me?
Problem with that. Real retroviruses are species specific. HIV infects humans. Feline leukemia virus infects cats. They can't
Meow.
jump between mammals and reptiles and plants and insects while producing
Yay!
coherent, weaponizable results in every single case.
Keep it
The T-virus
separate.
doesn't just infect different species.
No, it's
it
not
generates
equal.
custom mutations perfectly suited to each organism's existing genome. Umbrella's research files describe this as directed evolution. But no virus could encode that level of genetic programming. The Tyrant T002 proves the contradiction. Every human infected with T-virus loses higher brain function within hours and
What, that doesn't sound like a very good kind of evolution.
Yeah.
You lose your brainy dues with the evolution.
Well, people have been doing that naturally, so.
Good point. Hey, maybe that's why the clown world, because we're all getting retarded because of the smart particles in the air that's infecting all of us, and sooner or later the T-virus is going to be real and we're all going to become zombies!
Can we shoot some people before that happens?
Unless we become zombies first.
I got guns.
Maybe you'll be able to keep your gun as a zombie and you could be one of those zombie guns. I want the chainsaw.
becomes a mindless zombie, every single human. But the T002 Tyrant retained near-human intelligence,
I wanna
could
be that
follow
one.
complex commands, and had enough tactical reasoning to operate the Spencer Mansion's security systems. Umbrella claimed this
Was that
required a
two?
genetic compatibility rate of 1
That
in
was
10
not
million,
one.
but never
Was that one remastered then?
Yeah.
Okay, because that was not the one I remember. Sponge.
never explained what genes made someone compatible, or how the virus preserved intelligence in that one case while destroying it
Yeah.
in literally everyone else. Lisa Trevor
Yeah.
survived even worse. Kidnapped in November 1967, she was injected with progenitor type B, multiple T virus strains, and the NE alpha parasite over 30 years. Each virus had a 100% fatality rate in other subjects. She survived all of them, absorbed the NE alpha parasite completely, and her body spontaneously generated the G virus. The research files describe her as biologically impossible, but never explain
Wait, the Genova virus?
Maybe.
Oh, wait, Genova starts with a J, not a G. Damn it. A chainsaw.
the mechanism that let her integrate incompatible viral strains without dying. That impossibility defined bioweapon development for the next 25 years. Every virus in the franchise descends from progenitor. Every subsequent outbreak traces back to the Arklay Laboratory and Spencer Mansion. And every researcher who came after Marcus spent decades trying to solve the same problem he never could. How do you create a bioweapon that keeps the host intelligent instead of turning them into a rotting corpse? But if the T-virus created uncontrollable monsters, William Birkin found
Good
something
question.
inside Lisa Trevor that could evolve forever. And unlike the T-virus,
Oh, is this what Dr. Gideon is trying to do with Grace in Resident Evil 9?
or that little blind girl. God, do not be a kid around Umbrella.
Oh.
Bad shit will happen to you.
Don't be your kid around the fucking government in real life.
True.
it had no theoretical limit to how far it could mutate the G virus. William Birkin didn't just improve the T-virus. And after spending 10 years analyzing Lisa Trevor's impossible biology, he created something that could mutate infinitely without any
Hey.
theoretical limit to how far it could evolve.
You gotta love it when they use themselves as a guinea pig.
Ugh.
Okay, if I remember, I think this might have actually been, they used this in one of the, I think it might have been the second or first movie of
Second.
Resident Evil,
Second.
where they actually, I guess this was the guy in, yeah, that was the guy in it, wasn't it? I think so. I think that was Neil.
Oh.
Birkin
Big
discovered the
plans.
Golgotha virus inside Lisa Trevor's body in 1988. She'd absorbed the NE alpha parasite completely instead of dying like every other test subject. Her cells had spontaneously generated an entirely new virus that granted adaptive, continuous self-evolution. Umbrella moved Birkin to the Nest facility.
Oh, continue. So she was, oh, kind of like a fucking Made in Abyss.
Oh, God.
What was the name of that, Mitty.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Mitty. She was pretty much immortal and mutated. A mutated immortal.
beneath Raccoon City to develop it. The G virus worked through G cells that fused with host tissue and continuously rewrote DNA. Every injury triggered accelerated mutation. The host would generate new body parts, new organs, new biological.
Hey! Someone used sticky fingers. Yeah, JoJo.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Structures with zero ceiling on complexity, Birkin spent 10 years perfecting it. On September 22nd, 1998, the USS Alpha team led by Hunk raided Nest to steal his research. Birkin was
Not
shocked,
very
injected
hunky.
himself with G-Virus, and triggered the
Oh.
Raccoon City outbreak that killed over 100,000 people. But then you see what happened to Birkin himself. He didn't just mutate once. He mutated 5 times in under 12 hours, and each
Dang.
transformation was more complex than the last. G1 form had asymmetrical mutations and a
still
giant eyeball on
humanish.
his shoulder, but retained some memory of his daughter Sherry. G2 form
Aw.
sucked his original head into his chest cavity and grew an entirely new brain. G3
Nope.
became quadrupedal with 4 arms.
Getting more
G4 could
demonic.
overpower 4 tyrants
Turned into a
simultaneously.
dog.
G5
Turned into a fucking massive blob of that.
From Made in Abyss.
into an uncontrollable blob of flesh that vomited up partially digested zombies. The research
Ugh.
files state there were no factors indicating the G creature's evolution was coming to a halt. That's not hyperbole. That's the actual assessment from Umbrella scientists. The virus had no built-in limitations. It would just keep mutating forever, consuming more biomass, generating more complex structures with absolutely nothing to stop
And that's
it.
why they had to
Simultaneously, Umbrella Europe solved the
Yeah.
intelligence problem through a completely different method. The Nemesis, T-02,
How the fuck did they get rid of that if it's just like immortal in a sense?
Well, I don't think they could survive a fucking nuclear bomb.
Oh yeah, the
Good nightmare fuel.
Nemesis. That was in the second Resident Evil movie.
And
who was a T-103 tyrant with the NE alpha
Also that weird
parasite
animation
implanted
you
in its
showed me.
brain. The parasite replaced the host's destroyed neural tissue and grew into an enlarged brain
I need to
structure.
find that and
The
put
result
that in
could
the
speak
Gooning
target
Cave.
names, use rocket launchers, follow complex tactical commands, and infect other organisms with parasite offspring. It wore a
nightmare full.
bulletproof
Yep.
coat that doubled as a physical restraint because even Umbrella knew it was too dangerous to deploy without failsafe. Here's what breaks the established rules. The G-virus generates increasingly complex mutations with no energy source. Real biological processes require proportional energy input. Birkin's mass increased by approximately 400% between G1 and G5 with zero external fuel. His body was creating tissue, organs, skeletal structures, and functional nervous systems from nothing. The laws of thermodynamics don't allow
Yeah.
that. And Nemesis retained human-level intelligence through a parasitic organism that consumed and replaced the host's original brain. A genetically engineered parasite produced cognition, sophisticated
Oh, that's interesting. So it no longer represented the human it used to be, but it created a new kind of organism to replace the brain that acted similar to the human brain,
Yeah.
more or less. Interesting.
enough for weapon proficiency, target prioritization, and mission persistence across multiple encounters. No biological explanation is provided for how parasite neurons could replicate human reasoning. The Raccoon City
Point.
incident proved that self-evolving bioweapons couldn't be controlled. Birkin exceeded every parameter Umbrella designed. The city was sterilized with an experimental thermobaric missile
Yeah.
on October 1st, 1998.
boom.
But if Birkin couldn't control his mutations, Alexia Ashford had already solved that problem 15 years earlier. She found a way
Where's
to
that
keep
one?
the intelligence, keep the power, and mutate at will instead of being consumed by the virus.
Makes me think of fucking Genova. It just makes
Yeah.
me think of Genova.
T-Veronica. T-Veronica wasn't just
Oh.
another virus variant, and after Alexia Ashford injected herself at age 12 and spent 15 years in cryogenic sleep, she woke up with something no bioweapon had ever achieved: complete control over her mutations.
Hey,
Alexia
damn.
created T-Veronica in the early 1980s at Umbrella's Antarctic base. She was a child prodigy, the result of Project Code. Veronica, where her father Alexander cloned their ancestor Veronica Ashford's DNA to restore the family's declining reputation. Alexia combined the progenitor virus with an ancient retrovirus extracted from a queen ant's genome and added plant genes to fill
Oh my god, it's fucking Hunter x Hunter.
Oh my god.
Experiment with ants.
Do
Yay.
people ever stop thinking, yeah, they can, but should they?
They shouldn't. Is that the? I wonder that probably goes on nowadays. Like actual stuff like this.
That's where people think COVID came from.
And someone was very, what's the word? Non-goody of the handling of the stuff.
Yeah.
God,
Sequencing
we're
gaps.
fucked.
The breakthrough was the ant
The
colony
video games
model.
are telling
Queen
us
ants
what's
release
going on.
chemical properties that make worker ants subservient. Alexia engineered the virus to create the same
Cool.
hierarchy in infected hosts. A successful T. Veronica host becomes the queen.
Okay, I'm guessing this might be, is this in Resident Evil 2, or do you...
I think it's called Veronica.
Okay, so something, spin-off?
Yeah.
Just fucking hot. Just because we could does not mean we should. Yes.
Mostly in China.
Mostly in China.
Controlling all lower ranking infected like soldiers in an insect army. The catch was timing. Without preparation, T. Veronica overwhelmed.
I realized what she made me think of. She made me think of Shiva,
Oh, yeah.
the summon in Final Fantasy.
The brain instantly and destroyed all cognitive function. Alexia discovered the solution through mathematical modeling. If viral integration happened slowly enough, the host's neural tissue could
Yeah, it makes
adapt
me think of
gradually
Shiva.
instead of being consumed. She injected herself in February 1983 and entered cryogenic stasis. 15 years later, in late 1998, she awakened. The virus within her body had mutated into a distinct substrain researchers called T. Alexia. She retained complete human intelligence, could shift between three controlled mutation forms, commanded subordinate infected through chemical signals, and her blood was literally flammable. But then you examine what happened to every...
Well, okay, so what would be worse, the acid blood from the aliens or flammable blood?
Well, flammable blood reflects them, not me.
Good point. Unless you get some of their blood on you.
Even still.
It was still... Yeah, good point. Good point. The acid blood's still worse.
other T. Veronica test subject. Alexander Ashford was the first human trial. Alexia and her twin brother Alfred used him as revenge after discovering they were clones. No incubation, no preparation, just immediate injection. His brain deteriorated within hours. He grew insect appendages from his spinal cord, generated a naturally incurable poison, and spent 15 years imprisoned beneath the Antarctic base as a mindless creature called Nosferatu. Steve Burns...
Nice name. God, at what point do you go from Resident Evil to Silent Hill?
was infected with the T. Alexia strain during the Code Veronica incident in December 1998. He mutated into a massive creature with green skin and overgrown spine, briefly retained enough independent thought to resist attacking Claire Redfield, then died. The research files claim cryogenic stasis allowed gradual viral neural symbiosis over 15 years. That sounds scientific until you realize cryogenic stasis halts all biological processes. Freezing tissue prevents cellular activity entirely. A virus cannot integrate with neural tissue at any speed if cellular metabolism is stopped. The explanation requires the virus to somehow adapt, while biological time is frozen. And T. Veronica incorporated genes...
Here, I can explain that right now. Plot holes in a video game story. There you go. That's how we can explain it
Because
all.
fuck
Three
you.
separate biological kingdoms. Queen ant genes for hierarchical control, plant genes for structural stability, and progenitor viral RNA for the mutation framework. Cross-kingdom gene expression is extraordinarily difficult, even in modern genetic engineering. The idea that a 12-year-old in the 1980s could create functional genetic programs using ant, plant, and viral DNA that produces flammable blood and insect colony telepathy is beyond theoretical possibility. Alexia's success proved controlled mutation was achievable. Every bioweapons researcher after Code, Veronica tried to replicate her results. Wesker recovered Steve Burnside's body and extracted the T. Alexia strain. That sample would later be combined with G-virus material to create the C-virus, the most versatile bioweapon in France.
Okay, so it's like, oh, we start with this, evolves to this, and then this, and we take this from this, and we make a new this, and now we get this. We get this lovely Soul Calibur fucking doggo.
Well, why the
Why the dominatrix clothes is the right question. Wait, the Lady Dimitrescu?
Yeah.
franchise history. T. Veronica's genes influenced bioweapon development for the next 15 years, but T. Veronica still required remaking the host at the cellular level. Beneath a Spanish castle, something far older had been controlling humans for centuries without changing their biology at all. And unlike every virus before it, the hosts stayed alive,
no.
stayed intelligent, and stayed loyal. Las Plagas. Las Plagas didn't use a virus.
Ah, okay. This is getting into Resident Evil 4 now.
Yeah.
These weird things. Okay, so at some point with Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, they're like, nah, well, let's make a new thing that just kind of exists on its own. That's not an experience. And that's how come we got Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
At all. And after researchers unsealed Spanish mountain caves in the early 2000s, they discovered ancient parasitic arthropods that could turn an entire village into obedient soldiers without destroying a single brain cell. Las Plagas are parasitic organisms and
Oh, you know what these things make me think of?
Facehuggers.
No. Like how they exist. Attack on Titan.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever those things. The mutanogen. I think that's what they were called,
Yeah.
right? Mutanogen?
Eugen, yeah.
Yeah.
endemic
But
to
instead
a
of turning
remote
them
Spanish
to-
region, possibly
Instead of turning them into the giant titans and stuff, they turn them into just mindless
Where
zombies.
their head exploded.
Yeah. I mean, okay. No. Same concept, but just not blow them up. They don't get bigger.
Ah.
It's the same thing, but they don't get bigger, like in an Attack on Titan.
dating back to the Bronze Age around 2200 BC. Desiccated Plaga remains were also found in Endopaya Kingdom ruins in West Africa, suggesting intercontinental origins that predate recorded history. Count Gregorio Salazar led a crusade against ancient ganados centuries ago and sealed surviving plagas in caves beneath his fortress. Osmond Sadler, descendant of the original banished cultists, manipulated the 8th Castellan Ramon Salazar into breaking the seal. The plagas themselves had died, but microscopic spores preserved in amber deposits remained viable.
Amber.
Miners inhaled them, and new parasites grew inside their bodies. The revolutionary
Yay!
capability was complete behavioral control without physical mutation. Hosts remained alive, conscious, and physically intact. The parasite attached to the spinal cord and exerted neurochemical influence over behavior. Infected villagers retained language, weapon proficiency, and tactical coordination. They could follow
So let me guess. At some point, Umbrella gets their hands on these parasite doodle boodles, and then they combine them with the T-virus. Is that what we're going to be getting next?
Probably.
Because I don't know what the whole dibble bibble was with 5 and 6, so yeah.
complex group commands, set ambushes, and operate heavy machinery, but they had zero free will. Every action was dictated by the parasitic hierarchy. But then you examine the biological mechanism. Real parasites like Toxoplasma gondii can alter host behavior, but only subtly. They make rats less afraid of cats by affecting specific neural pathways. They cannot create obedient soldiers who coordinate tactical assaults, use firearms, and follow mission parameters while maintaining full speech capability. The neurochemical influence required to override every aspect of human
I don't know, those fucking villagers were pretty good with their tactical fucking killing me.
So zombie STDs? My God, no.
Zombie fucking.
volition, while preserving every cognitive skill, has no biological parallel. The plagas operated through a 3-tier hierarchy. Subordinate species stripped free will entirely, but
wee-wees.
preserved all motor and language functions. Dominant species,
The
possessed
ding-dings.
only by Osmond Sadler, allowed the host to retain full intelligence and remotely control all subordinate infected hosts through ultrasonic communication. Superior species,
And then the
introduced in the
boom-booms.
RE4 remake, was an engineered variant ensuring control by dominant hosts while allowing combat transformations. The hierarchy
Okay, so that person wasn't in the original, and that was just something in remake?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Zom-
I don't remember that.
Zombie.
Zombie Karens.
He created instant armies where one commander could coordinate hundreds of soldiers telepathically. Regeneradores demonstrated the most extreme plaga
That
application.
thing.
Multiple parasites implanted
I
into a
hated
single
that
human
thing.
body produced the strongest healing factor in franchise history. They could regenerate lost limbs, destroyed organs,
hated
and severed
them.
heads in seconds.
God, I hope they do not show up in 9. I fucking hated
Or a
those.
better version of 9.
They better not. I'm already the fucking ghost one already's fucking got me.
Ugh.
I'm glad it's dead. Now we just have to worry about the baby right now. Don't you look at me like that! I'm gonna punch you.
I ain't saying anything. I'm just looking at you.
Fucking Leon killed it, damn it!
I'm not gonna say anything. Take my mouth shut.
Boogie.
Their bodies became strangely elastic and nearly bulletproof. The only kill method was destroying all resident plagas simultaneously via infrared scope targeting, triggering a catastrophic chain reaction. No explanation exists for how 3 separate parasitic organisms coordinate to regenerate host tissue faster than any BOW before them. The amber added another layer of impossibility: fossilized tree resin containing a unique dormant plaga specimen, introduced in RE4 Remake's Separate Ways DLC. Even while suspended in solid amber for
Didn't get
potentially
DLC.
centuries,
we
it
got
could
it.
influence
Oh,
nearby
okay.
plagas
Oh, you
and
play- okay.
exhibited properties matching the dominant species. Luis Serra Navarro discovered it, Sadler confiscated it, and Ada Wong's entire mission centered on retrieving it. The ability to transmit control signals through fossilized resin and solid rock violates
That guy
every
dead,
principle
though.
of biology and physics. Las
Right?
Plagas proved that
so.
mind control was more valuable than mutation. Subsequent bioweapon development prioritized behavioral control.
Why is it blurred out? Why can't we see it? It's not naughty. At least I don't think. The way you blurring it out makes it naughty. I'm just picturing that its arms are just giant penises now.
over physical transformation. Tricell engineered Type 2 and Type 3 Plaga variants for RE5's Magini. The Nemesis project had attempted
no.
parasitic augmentation a decade earlier, but Las
Damn
Plagas
it.
proved nature
Oh,
had
God.
already perfected the concept. Albert Wesker and Ada Wong both secured Plaga samples, ensuring the technology proliferated to black
Why?
markets and rival corporations worldwide. But Las Plagas controlled individual. Wesker wanted to control evolution itself, and in the West African caverns where progenitor virus was first discovered, he engineered a virus designed to judge every
Show
human
me
on
the
Earth
penis
and
map.
determine who deserved to survive. Ouroboros. Ouroboros wasn't designed to create monsters or control minds. And after Albert Wesker
about a
spent
dick.
3 years developing it in the same West African caverns where progenitor was discovered, he built a virus that would judge every human being
That's a lot of dicks. Smash.
genetic worthiness and force evolutionary selection on a global scale.
I don't know, that
Wesker
looks
killed
fun.
Oswell Spencer in 2006 and learned the truth about
Grandpa,
Project
no!
Wesker, Spencer's eugenics program to create a superior human race. Wesker decided to complete Spencer's vision himself. Working with Tricell Corporation executive Excella Dione, he established laboratories in the Ndapaya Kingdom caverns, where the stairway to the sunflower produced progenitor virus decades earlier. The problem
Okay, so now we got flowers that are making the wait.
No, the
Flowers
flowers.
were the start.
Yeah.
The flower was the start that made the T virus, but now they're adding the flowers to the parasites, yeah?
Yeah. No one stopped to think, maybe we shouldn't do this.
You would think that the first go around would have been enough of a, yeah, this is probably a bad idea, but no.
Centered for a Japanese audience.
was progenitor's lethality. Compatible human population was vanishingly small, maybe 1 in millions. Wesker's
Maybe,
solution
yeah.
was using T-virus antibodies extracted from Jill Valentine. She'd been infected during Raccoon City,
shit.
developed antibodies, and Wesker kept her in cold sleep as a test subject after capturing her between RE3 and RE5. He repeatedly
Damn.
applied her antibodies to Ouroboros cultures, naturally selecting
That
less
sucks.
lethal but still potent strains through thousands of
boy.
failed attempts.
So let me guess. I'm guessing in RE5, you have to kill Jill.
Maybe.
I'm guessing.
Maybe that's why I haven't seen Jill since.
That makes sense now.
The result was a binary judgment mechanism. Compatible
Yeah.
hosts with rare advantageous genes achieved stable superhuman enhancement. Enhanced speed, strength, regeneration, ceased aging, potential immortality. Incompatible hosts, the vast majority of humanity, were consumed.
Ultimately, is all they're doing in Resident Evil is the same concept as Harold's Paradise, and they're trying to make an immortality serum.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Consumed by writhing black tentacles that devoured the body and absorbed surrounding organic
Hold on. I have to hear that again.
writhing black tentacles that devoured the body and absorbed surrounding organic material into growing biomass. Wesker planned atmospheric dispersal via missiles. Billions would die. A genetic elite would survive and inherit the Earth. But then you examine the mechanism. A virus cannot test genetic worthiness. Viruses interact with cellular machinery through receptor binding and gene expression. They don't evaluate abstract fitness or make binary decisions about evolutionary potential. The Ouroboros outcome, evolve or be consumed, would require impossibly complex decision trees encoded in viral RNA. No genetic program could assess a host's entire genome and determine worthiness within seconds of infection. RE5 also revealed the deep history connecting every franchise virus. The Endopia tribe built...
Oh, okay. I know nothing of Resident Evil 5, so this is interesting. So, apparently, Resident Evil 5 has all the virus doubles in it.
Yeah.
Fun!
Oh, hi there on Cake.
Yeah. Oh, there's a cake one. Hi! Welcome. Tentacles were made to make us question ourselves.
Also black.
Oh, once you go black.
a massive underground civilization around Stairway to the Sunflowers. Tribal kings were selected by consuming the flowers. Survivors gained superhuman abilities, enhanced strength, intellect, near immortality. Legends described a single king reigning for centuries. The kingdom fell when mutant animals escaped containment. This proves Progenitor created superhuman societies thousands of years before Umbrella existed, yet somehow had zero impact on recorded human history until 1966.
Yeah, that is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Poopy?
Not poopy, convenient.
Yeah. Called plot. It's called fuck you plot.
It's fuck you plot. Resident Evil Year 1.
Tricell used Las Plagas samples post-RE4 to engineer Type 2 and Type 3 variants. Type 2 plagas invaded orally, attached to the medulla oblongata, and matured in seconds. Type 3 plagas spliced dominant genes into subordinate plaga for enhanced physical abilities, but had
tribals.
92% male-only compatibility and 0% compatibility in women and children.
No! What the fuffles? We don't get a fucking busty, mutated chica.
That's what mods are for.
No biological explanation exists for sex-specific parasite rejection at those rates.
No babies,
Ouroboros
no
Aheri
women's.
demonstrated the virus consuming incompatible hosts. Excella Gione was
What
transformed
about
after
her,
Wesker
though?
betrayed her. Her body dissolved into black tentacular masses that absorbed corpses in the ship's hold, growing into an enormous creature.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I felt so bad for her. She wanted to be violated by the tentacles, not become the tentacles.
When Wesker himself was destabilized by an overdose of PG67A/W serum,
67.
he deliberately infected
PG,
himself with
damn it.
Ouroboros. Tentacles fused onto
We got injected with PG serum. We gotta be PG now. I gotta hide my tits. You good? Tell you a busty zombie in Resident Evil 8. She's not a zombie. If you're talking about Lady Dimitrescu, she's not zombie.
Oh, what's that emote?
No, don't hide the fun bags. No, why? No.
both arms and absorbed metallic debris into weapons. He retained consciousness and control because he was genetically compatible, unique among observed hosts. He lost his superhuman agility, but gained immense offensive power. Chris Redfield and Sheva Alomar killed him with 2 RPGs in volcanic lava. Jill Valentine's role raises the central contradiction. Her T-virus antibodies supposedly helped create Ouroboros by allowing natural selection of less lethal strains. But antibodies neutralize viruses. They bind to viral particles and mark them for immune destruction. Using antibodies as a template for engineering new viral capabilities has no real-world precedent.
Yeah, no, Lady Dimitrescu isn't a zombie.
No, she was affected by the fungus, wasn't she?
I don't even think that. They literally had her being a vampire. I swear to you, they literally had her being a vampire.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there is someone with a profile that says tentacles are a lifestyle, not a fad.
The mechanism is never explained beyond vague references to repeated exposure and strain selection. Ouroboros represented the apex of progenitor-derived viral ambition. Wesker tried to force evolution on a planetary scale. His death and Tricell's collapse proved that viral bioweapons had reached a philosophical dead end. They were too lethal, too uncontrollable, and too binary to serve practical military purposes. But Wesker tried to judge humanity with a single virus. Carla Radames built something far more versatile, a virus that could turn one soldier into an army of entire...
Did it just turn him into poop?
He's poop.
Seriously, with it pixelized like that, it looks like a big turd with legs. That's what I'm seeing right here.
Entirely different creatures, adapting in real time to any battlefield condition, with mutations that appeared seconds after injury. The C virus. The C virus didn't just combine previous bioweapons, and after Carla Radames spent over a decade engineering it,
No, Satan's Pokemon is a Giratina. Everyone knows that.
she created something that could mutate in real time during combat, turning wounded soldiers into entirely new organisms seconds after taking damage. Carla developed the chrysalid virus under Derek C. Simmons, head of the family, a secret organization controlling Western governments. The engineering process spanned approximately 11 years. Step 1 used a base progenitor and T-virus variant around 2001. Step 2 incorporated T. veronica genes acquired from Manuela Hidalgo around 2002, creating the T02 strain that eliminated the 15-year cryogenic incubation requirement. Step 3 combined T02 with G-virus samples extracted from Sherry Birkin's blood, where trace weakened G-virus remained after the devil vaccine. The 3 viruses formed the C-virus. Step 4 used blood from Jake Muller, Albert Wesker's son who inherited viral-resistant genetics.
When did he fook?
When he was in
I want answers. When did Wesker have the time to fook at when he apparently has this virus stuff in him, unless he had planned that? I want questions answered.
Create the enhanced C virus that bypassed the chrysalid metamorphosis stage entirely. Only 3 enhanced samples were ever produced. The revolutionary capability was adaptive battlefield mutation. Hosts called Javo, Serbian for devil, retained human intelligence and weapon proficiency. But when injured, the wounded body part spontaneously mutated into combat adaptations within seconds.
Wait, how did his face turn into that?
I don't know.
How did his face generate war paint? Interesting. I always thought she was a big zombie chick. No. Whereas in Resident Evil 8 says that Lady Dimitrescu's a zombie, and she turns into bats, and then she goes after blood too. So yeah, she's not a vampire. That turns into a dragon. She turned into a dragon, didn't she?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure she was the one that turned into the dragon.
Yeah.
Maybe. She's some weird vampire dragon thing. Probably has something to do with the T-virus, obviously, but I don't remember. Fucking Resident Evil 8 was a fucking fever trip.
It was.
Became blades called Rukasarpi legs, transformed into insectoid appendages called Nogalet, heads sprouted protective shields or moth-like wings. The mutations were named in Serbian and appeared instantly at injury sites. When cumulative damage exceeded thresholds, the host entered a chrysalid cocoon and underwent complete metamorphosis into an entirely new organism called a complete mutation species. But then you examine the biological mechanism. Real-time adaptive mutation in response to injury would require the virus to...
I do too, but the only thing I am sure of is she's like some kind of vampire thing.
Didn't RE8 came out before COVID too?
I don't remember. RE8's fucking confusing as fuck, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I have it, but I never played it. No. I watched, I never played it myself, but I watched Mark play it, I watched Truckerman play it, and that's about it. All I know is they made her vampire-esque. She was very vampire-like. She turned into bats, she drank into blood, but then she also turned into a dragon. That's pretty much all I think I remember of Lady Dimitrescu.
instantaneously detect damage location, select appropriate genetic programs from some impossible library, grow entirely new tissue types like wings or armor plating, integrate them with existing nervous and circulatory systems, and make everything functional in seconds. This is the most biologically impossible mechanism in the entire franchise. Derek Simmons
Hey, you played
exploited
more than
Carla
I
for
have.
Project Ada. After 12,234 failures,
I've only played Resident Evil 1, the very first one, for the PlayStation 1. Never finished it. It gave that fucking game away to a friend. Just take it away from me. I never want to see this game again. That was like when I was like 10 or something. And then I played Resident Evil 4 on stream. So that one was a recent, the remake, and now I'm playing Resident Evil 9. So there's my potato. I must have found you after the Resident Evil 8 game. No, we didn't play Resident Evil 8 on stream. It was just Trucker Man playing
we
it
played
on
that
himself.
a long time ago before we even did stream.
7, the one with the swamp pot people.
Yes.
her genetic makeup
Yes, I
proved
think we'll get
compatible
into
with chrysalid
8 here
metamorphosis.
in a
She was
second,
transformed into a
yeah,
near-perfect
7.
clone of Ada Wong. When she realized her identity had been stolen, Carla founded Neo Umbrella and orchestrated bioterror attacks across Edonia in December 2012 and Lanxiang, China
get
in June
cloning.
2013.
Yeah.
Simmons was forcibly infected with enhanced C virus during the Lanxiang incident. He retained
Resident Evil
consciousness and could
Revolution,
shift between
one of my
forms.
favorite.
His mutations included a centaur beast form, a Tyrannosaurus-like dinosaur form, with a circular mouth containing a
Sure.
giant eyeball inherited from G-virus traits, a scorpion form after absorbing zombie biomass, and a final fly form. He violated
was a
conservation
fly?
of
It looked
mass
like a
unless
spider.
explained by continuous absorption of external organic material. Ustinak represented the C-virus's pinnacle of control.
Why does he have like a weird blue ball there? Wait, is that his testicles? Or is that his dong on the side of his leg?
No, I think it's just a pouch. See?
Sure. We can say that. That's totally his dong.
Nuts.
This is giant nuts. That's a giant
Pinnacle of
nutsack.
controlled
Something
intelligence.
Yeah, look at you look at that and you tell me that's just a pouch. That is a nut sack if I've ever seen a nut.
I have enough for you right here.
So she causes the COVID vaccine. Probably.
Retention. A former prisoner who
no,
voluntarily
that's his
submitted to
nuts.
infection on June 22nd, 2011. He was the 323rd candidate and the only survivor. Retained full intelligence, unique among test subjects. His right arm was lost in a lab
Unique.
accident and
Yes.
replaced with interchangeable cybernetic prosthetics,
Lost
including
it back.
chain guns, hydraulic claws, drills, shotguns, and
No,
flails.
it's
He
his
generated
nuts.
bat-like scout creatures called
He mutated some giant nuts, let's be honest here. Come on, we don't think that can't happen. I mean, look at that thing! It's got nuts for a face!
That's her face.
Oko from a bioorganic system grafted to his back. Named from Serbo-Croatian for revolution, he served as Neo Umbrella's relentless pursuer,
Neo
the spiritual
Umbrella,
successor to
lovely.
Nemesis. Chrysalid metamorphosis breaks every rule of embryonic development. Complete mutation species emerge from cocoons as fully formed organisms. Nepad appeared as armor.
Okay, so I'm guessing with some kind of weird combo of the parasite doodle, the flower doodle virus booty boo, we combine all that shit together and we get butterfly powers for humans.
We get absolute hell.
So humans become caterpillars, they go into chrysalises, and they have an evolution, metamorphosizes.
gorilla brutes.
And they
Masets
become
were
these
flying
beautiful
crow spider
butterflies.
hybrids. Gnezdo was a swarm of insects forming humanoid
Sure,
shapes. The
butterflies.
process required dissolving the entire host body and reforming
could
as
have
something
smaller
completely different in minutes. No genetic program could encode instructions for running a complete embryonic development cycle at that speed. And the C-virus
damn.
created both mindless zombies via gas dispersal and intelligent Javo via injection using the same pathogen. Two completely different mechanisms triggered solely by delivery method. A gaseous C-virus
Weird.
destroyed higher brain function, like T-virus. Injected C-virus preserved
Okay, so if you want to be a good zombie, you need someone to poke you with it. You can't just breathe it in. So no laughing gas. You need the shot.
I wonder what the zombies are in 9, then, because they have some intelligence left to them, like the
Oh
light.
yeah. Did they remember like facets of their existence? Because like the one lady with the cleaning, you got the cook guy, and he's making food and it's like meat, and then we got Light Switch asshole who's like, oh, lights must be off and follow the rules, and it's fuck you.
Preserved intelligence,
Hate
and
Light
enabled
Switch guy.
adaptive mutations. No explanation exists for how
Ew.
one virus produces opposite neurological outcomes,
Yeah,
based purely on
that is kinda
administration
weird.
route. The C virus represented the culmination of umbrella lineage virus.
I guess like okay, because one's in a liquid form, one's in a gas form. I guess that affects its composition somehow, maybe?
Or how it gets in your
engineering. It
system.
combined T. Veronica's
Exactly.
controlled intelligence, G virus's adaptive mutation, and T virus's mass infection capability into one pathogen. Its extreme versatility also revealed the fundamental limits. Too unstable, too unpredictable, too easily weaponized by rogue actors like Carla. Neo Umbrella's attacks proved bioweapon proliferation had exceeded any organization's control capacity.
still wanna
But
know
every
how he got that
bioweapon so
mask.
far required laboratories, viral engineering, and genetic manipulation. In a Louisiana bayou, a
There
10-year-old
we go.
girl
Here's-
carried something that didn't need labs or viruses. It just needed to touch you, absorb your cells, and replace them with something that looked exactly like you but wasn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
my home.
that's a great pause right there.
Oh god.
See, I told you.
Oh, that's the weird bug lady. Oh, I remember.
Vagina
her.
sack, dun
Oh,
dun dun dun, vagina vag, vagina dun, vagina vag,
I think
vagina,
it's the last game I
vagina,
watched
vagina.
Jack ever played.
Oh yeah, yeah, bug vagina.
Yeah,
Unless, okay, wait. I have a theory. Bend down for me, sweetie. Okay, maybe they go the other way. Yeah, that thing. See that thing on her leg, thigh, hip there? You see that?
Yeah.
I think that might have been her vajangan.
Ugh.
The mold. The mold wasn't a virus or a parasite. And after Eveline infected the Baker family in October 2014, she proved that a fungal organism could do everything viruses did while adding one capability no bioweapon had ever achieved, storing human consciousness indefinitely. The mold is a hyper-evolved fungus originating from an Eastern European mountain range. Specifically,
Yay!
a massive supercolony called the Megamycete. The Connections, a criminal syndicate, obtained samples in the 1990s with assistance from Wesker's HCF organization.
God, how many things exist in fucking Resident Evil that fucks up humans' existence?
How many things existed?
So we got a flower, we got a parasite, now we have mold!
STD zombie woman. I bet it smells like, oh god.
Ew.
There are no.
There are also slugs. What were the slugs in?
I don't remember.
Which Resident Evil's the slugs in?
They engineered E-type bioweapons using mutamycete genomes introduced into pre-stage 4 human
ReZero.
embryos. The genome bond
I'm sorry, I know you meant Resident Evil 0, but I see ReZero and I think of ReZero the anime.
bonded only with female embryos. All male subjects died. Series A through C were unviable. D-Series produced 8 prototypes named Dana, Dahlia, Darlene, Dorothy, Dolores, Diana, Daniela, and Doris. All failed
Why
through
are
death,
they all
homicide,
D?
or poor performance.
It was the will of D.
Zero is the best main C.
Best main character. Oh, Subaru?
Yeah.
At Dash 001, Eveline was the first stable subject, created in 1999 using mold from Mother Miranda, plus DNA from Miranda's
Hey!
deceased daughter Eva. Eveline's control mechanism used pheromone-based quorum sensing.
Oh, this was the connection to 7 and 8.
Ah.
Because Mother Miranda, that was the main villain in 8.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember now.
Even though I swear 8 had nothing to do with 7. Like, there was, like, no fucking connection there. I can't even fucking remember 8. I don't even. 8 was like a fever dream. You know what 8 was like?
What?
Dimension W.
Yeah.
It's like something happened, but you can't remember what fucking happened.
This is a more real looking one.
Yeah. 7 is the one with the mold. The more realistic one. Yeah, because it had the Psycho family.
She secreted mold through vomiting or skin contact, broadcasting commands through mold deposits using chemical signals similar to
No. She was no.
skin
Wait.
contact, broadcasting commands through
Broadcasting commands through her Gios.
Yes.
Yeah, you're showing fucking Lelouch. So she's broadcasting commands through her Gios.
mold deposits using chemical signals similar to bacterial autoinducer molecules. 3-phase infection.
Dimension
Initial
W.
mold propagation.
It is an interesting anime that it has like it starts off good, but then it has like this.
It goes off
It's
the
weird.
rails.
It goes off the rails, and it just kind of you watch it and you forget everything about it. I swear, that's what happened to me. It was like super hyped up at a convention we went to, and just like I don't even know what to tell you. Dimension W is fucking weird. So like molds is like black ice.
Using host nutrients, progressive cellular takeover, and full mental control via psychic link. The tanker SS Annabelle wrecked in a Louisiana hurricane on October 5th, 2014. Jack Baker rescued Eveline and Mia Winters from the bayou on October 10th. The Baker family was infected over approximately 2 weeks. But then you examine what the mold actually replaced.
I got
Jack Baker's
questions,
cells were
though.
substituted with fungal imitation.
I think my keyboard died. Okay, there it goes. I feel like the son of the Baker family was already a psycho on his own.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was one of the twists. Like, the son was already like a psycho serial killer kind of person already before being infected, I believe. If I remember
Yeah, it's the
correctly.
crazy swamp people.
Neil.
That granted
have to
extraordinary
look up
regeneration.
what-
He survived dismemberment, gunshots, and immolation. His tissue wasn't mutated. It was replaced entirely by fungus mimicking human cells. The molded weren't reanimated corpses. They were mobile colonies of mold constructed from biomass. Corpses fed to the mold provided fuel to build filaments. Enough mold in an area could form a molded without any body at all. Marguerite Baker gained the ability to produce and control mutant insects hatched from mold. Her mutated form featured elongated, spindly limbs, an insect hive within her lower torso, and behavior resembling an
Liar! It's
Inse-
not in her lower torso. It's in her vajangan. Her vajangan literally became a bug's nest.
insect queen. The insects were secondarily infected because they weren't directly infected by Eveline. She couldn't control them directly, proving the hierarchical control had limitations. Lucas Baker was freed from Eveline's control by the connections using a serum in exchange for spying. He was a psychopath before infection. He trapped a
Yep.
childhood bully in the attic and left him to starve. He maintained the pretense of being controlled while building elaborate death traps and eventually betraying the connections entirely. Here's what breaks every biological rule. Psychic control via fungus has no mechanism. Real fungi use basic chemical signaling for colony coordination. The mold's ability to induce specific hallucinations, control complex behavior, and maintain telepathic links across miles is science fiction. No fungal network could produce human-level directed psychic communication or selective memory manipulation and
That we know of. Woo! I don't know. Is it a fungus that infects like the ants?
Oh, yeah, that's what that is, a fungus.
Yeah. Now I just gotta get it to human levels. Bye. Want some honey? LOL.
consciousness
Want some
transfer is
crotch
functionally
honey?
supernatural. No biological mechanism exists for storing
You
human
wanna pollinate
consciousness,
my
memories,
hive?
personality, and identity in fungal biomass. Yet the mold preserved Jack Baker's sanity within the hive mind. He appeared to Ethan Winters in a vision, explaining the family were innocent victims. The implication is clear.
Real.
The mold doesn't just
for
control
my son,
minds.
he's a fucking
It absorbs
nut.
them and keeps them alive inside itself. The revelation from R.E. Village makes it it worse. Ethan Winters was killed by Jack Baker at the start of RE7. The mold reconstituted his entire body from fungal matter while preserving his consciousness, identity, relationships, and ability to father a biological child. Ethan was dead. The person who rescued Mia, defeated Evelyn, and saved his daughter was a walking colony of fungus that believed it was human. The mold rendered every viral bioweapon obsolete. It could mutate, regenerate, control minds, and fabricate biomass from nothing, and it stored souls. Every subsequent bioweapon development couldn't compete with an organism that made death optional. But Eveline was a weapon built from the mold. The mold itself came from something far older beneath an Eastern European village. And the woman...
Of course, demons! It always leads back to the demons.
The woman who discovered it in 1919 had been using it to play God for over a century. The Megamycete. The Megamycete wasn't just the source of the mold. And after Mother Miranda discovered it beneath an Eastern European village in 1919, she spent over a century proving that every bioweapon in Resident Evil's history traced back to a fungal superorganism that stores human souls. Miranda found the Megamycete after her daughter Eva died from the Spanish flu pandemic. It was an enormous ancient fungal colony shaped roughly like a human fetus, buried deep beneath the mountain village, with countless mold tendrils extending through rock and soil. Any organism making physical...
Okay, so all the let's call them the,
Mold people.
I was gonna say, the leaders or whatever, the heads in Resident Evil 8, they were all, mold creations.
Apparently.
And they just all... Okay, so not even zombies, not even vampires, they were just, like, weird... They were all human ones? Question mark?
Huh?
I don't know. Resident Evil 8's weird.
It's a fever dream.
Yeah.
Contact had its genetic code and consciousness assimilated. The Megamycete functioned as a massive biological consciousness database containing thousands of human minds accumulated over millennia. In the early 1950s, Miranda mentored a young British medical student named Oswell E. Spencer. His fascination with the Megamycete's regenerative and psychoactive properties directly inspired the founding of Umbrella Corporation. This means Mother Miranda is indirectly responsible for every T-virus zombie, every G-virus mutation, every bioweapon event.
Okay, so is this like, is Resident 8 a prequel, or is it a go around?
It's not a prequel, but it explains the origin of Umbrella.
Okay, so Mother Miranda is just supposed to be a, she's like, okay, like in, fucking, JoJo.
Yeah.
She's the Dio.
Yep.
Okay.
In the entire franchise, Miranda's primary weapon was the Cadu, Romanian for gift, a parasitic nematode altered by the mold, easier to administer than raw mold infection. Cadu implantation produced wildly divergent mutations based on host compatibility. The same parasite created vampiric blood drinking in Lady Dimitrescu.
Hey, see, there you go. They said it right there, vampiric. So she was like, she's a weird vampire mutation. However the fuck that works. Heidi JoJo fan. Good, Nesca JoJo fan.
Dimitrescu, electromagnetic manipulation in Carl Heisenberg.
It turned him into Magneto, okay.
Aquatic transformation in Salvatore Moreau, and
turned him into Fishman.
Psychic hallucination, Carl Heisenberg. Aquatic transformation.
What?
Doesn't that look like Dribble from One Piece?
Oh, Treble?
Treble.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Treble.
The most disgusting thing ever put in One Piece.
Yeah.
What are you itching me for?
You spit on me.
In Salvatore Moreau, and psychic hallucination abilities in Donna Beneviento. Four hosts.
What did it give her?
Salvatore Moreau, and psychic hallucination abilities in Donna Beneviento. Four hosts.
Became Jean Grey, sure. Yeah.
One parasite. Completely different results. But then you examine Lady Dimitrescu's daughters. They weren't human. Miranda implanted Cadu into 3 female corpses. The Cadu produced fly-like organisms that consumed the corpse's flesh, assimilated their DNA, and merged to mimic human shapes. Bella, Daniela, and Cassandra were insects.
Okay, it was insects, not bats. I thought it was bats for some reason. Well, I guess it made more sense in my brain, but with the whole vampiric kind of doodle boodle. But yeah, they were bugs.
swarms that could dissolve and reform at will. They had memories, personalities, and familial bonds, despite being fungal constructs piloting swarms of flies wearing human faces. Carl Heisenberg's electromagnetic abilities have zero biological basis. The Kadu granted him ferrokinetic powers that let him manipulate metal objects at range and build an army of cyborg corpse hybrids called soldats.
Because.
Just
You get no fucking reason, just because.
because he can.
Because Resident Evil ran out of ideas. I wanted to
Types
try
included
something new.
Eins with 1 drill arm, Zwei with 2 drill arms, jet variants with jetpacks, Panzer models with heavy armor,
in
and
the
Sturm
air,
units
you
with
don't
propeller
care.
chainsaw
Yeah,
heads.
wiggle
The
around.
Haller version 1.01 had cranial headgear to stimulate brainwaves for labor tasks, but had zero combat capability. During testing, a single lichen killed and devoured one in 3 minutes. The Four Lords demonstrated the Kadu's fundamental impossibility. One parasite produces completely different supernatural abilities in different
Why?
hosts. Real parasites produce predictable, not wildly divergent effects. Compatibility is invoked constantly, but no mechanism is provided. How does a nematode generate electromagnetic fields in one person and psychic pollen in another? RE
Good question! We don't get answers to.
4. Remakes separate ways. DLC connected Las Plagas to this web. The amber, fossilized
No.
tree resin containing a unique ancient Plaga specimen became Ada Wong's primary objective. Even while dormant in amber, it could influence nearby Plagas. Mother Miranda's insignia
Okay.
appeared in the Spanish village, suggesting her influence extended to Las Plagas research
Okay.
decades before RE4.
Dio.
Luis Serra Navarro discovered the amber. Sadler confiscated it. In the DLC's
Okay.
ending, Ada refused to deliver it to Wesker after learning his plan would cost billions of lives. Wesker instead
Good.
collected Krauser's corpse for dominant Plaga extraction, declaring the age of man will soon end. Rose Winters
Yay.
represents something entirely new. Born to 2 mold-infected parents, Ethan and Mia, she possesses innate mold powers. In the Shadows of Rose DLC, set in 2037,
Wait,
six
is that the character you play as in Resident Evil 8, or am I...
No, that's his daughter.
What did... who do you play as in Resident Evil 8?
The guy?
What guy?
Her father.
Oh, okay. Oh, Mold Man?
Yeah, apparently you're mold.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I saw my brain.
16-year-old
too
Rose
much
enters
info.
a Megamycete fragment's consciousness realm. She encounters remnants of Miranda and Evelyn preserved as consciousnesses. She has supernatural mold control and freezing calcification abilities. Rose is proof
Why?
that mold infection creates heritable genetic traits. Here's the central contradiction. How did Ethan, a mold construct with no living cells, father a biological child? How does fungus produce heritable genetics? Rose's existence implies the mold doesn't just mimic life. It creates it. And if the Mega
How and why and what and moo? Okay. So, Mia, at some point, when was the some point where Mold Man put his mold dick inside the mold vajangan to make
vagina.
mold baby? What part in Resident Evil 7 does that happen? Exactly.
I think it was after between 7 and 8.
Between 7 and 8?
Yeah.
Okay, so after, so he doesn't know his mold. He saves her, and they go together, and then it's like, hey, let's fuck, just because. Okay, I'll stick my mold dick in your vagina.
My
and then
seat
all of a
stores
sudden-
conscious-
Wait. And all of a sudden, oh, my dick's gone. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, I think it's inside of my vagina. Okay, I guess that happened.
Love tube.
indefinitely, then death isn't final in the Resident Evil universe anymore. Every victim absorbed by the
Yay!
mold still exists inside the network. Miranda's century of research produced only the Kadu and Four Lords, but Spencer's Umbrella lineage generated T-Virus, G-Virus, T-Veronica, and Ouroboros within 40 years using only progenitor. If Miranda had access to the Megamycete since 1919, why did she need the connections in the 1990s to make progress?
You know what? I fucking hate Resident Evil 8. You know that?
Meh.
I hate it. It's dumb. Listening to this, it's dumb. It doesn't connect to anything. It makes no fucking sense. And I hate this fucking Dio-ass bitch.
The timeline creates a paradox where the student surpassed the teacher using inferior source material. The Megamycete recontextualized the entire franchise. It's the "you are organism." Miranda is the researcher. Spencer was her student. Every zombie, every mutation, every parasite traces its lineage to Miranda's 1919 discovery. The Cadou's variable mutations represent the logical endpoint of bioweapon unpredictability, and Rose Winters, as a natural-born mold hybrid, represents an evolutionary successor to humanity, born from the franchise's accumulated biological chaos. Resident Evil 9 releases February 27th, 2020.
And we're going to go play that now. Thank you so much for joining us for this video. I don't like Resident Evil 8. Bye!
Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug.